The following program is for mature audiences only. The views expressed by the people and other guests on the podcast are their opinions and their own and don't reflect the institutions or establishments that they work for. So please do not get our asses fired or canceled. Thank you very much. Enjoy the show.
Hey, what's up, Glad Gang? It's your boy, Jay Whitaker. Welcome to Glad You Made It podcast. Hopefully you're taking care of yourself. We had a long weekend, Labor Day weekend. Hopefully you took the time to reflect, maybe catch up on some projects, maybe catch up on some things that you need to work on. Maybe you did some skincare. Maybe you decided to moisturize. I preferably like to use, body oil instead of lotion, or maybe sometimes I'll go for broke and just do both. But yeah, hopefully you took this time to get in touch with yourself, reflect on things, and try to just take the long weekend to just relax and get a break from the world that is possibly either, is it crushing us slowly but surely? I don't know. I had a chance to catch up with some of the news this week, and I was like, damn, everything's depressing, but it's okay. I feel that I kind of, okay. Because I feel like we're at this point now where everybody wants to get mad over everything. And by the way, I love every time that I start the podcast, my dog just decides to immediately show up. I'm not mad at it. It's just a thing that he does. He's like, oh, hey, there's a project going on. Let me distract him. Which I was talking about the news earlier, but now I'm just going to talk about the dog and thank the Patreon users. I appreciate my Patreon's supporters. I've gotten Wilson some nice treats. It has helped, but not enough. I'm not saying you need to donate more, but I'm just saying I appreciate what you're doing. Okay, Wilson, chill. Dude, this is hard. I'm trying to talk to the public, okay? We're trying to fund stuff for you. Go to patreon.com/gladyoumadeit podcast, and you can support the podcast right there. I should probably plug some shows. Okay, so let me pull up the old calendar. Let's see. All right, so September 9th, I'm at Don't Tell Comedy. It's somewhere in Boston. I can't tell you where it's going to be, but you should go to don'ttellcomedy.com and maybe you can figure it out. Let's see. September 16th through the 17th, I'm at the world famous Nick's Comedy Stop, Boston, Massachusetts. This one's going to be a doozy. This weekend is going to be a doozy. September 23rd through the 24th, I'll be at Wise Guys Ogden and Fan X in Salt Lake at the same time. So during the day, I'll be at Fan X doing geek shit. And then I will be at Wise Guys Ogden doing the funny stuff. So I'm going to be running around. So I'll be back in Utah. It'll be good to see the people that didn't get a chance to see me when I was in Utah filming my special. Go to inglewoodfilms.com. Excuse me, the inglewoodfilms.com. We've already got our special lined up. Jay Whitaker, Unprecedented. It's on IMDb. You could just look it up and just kind of maybe just follow that. Follow Inglewood Films, see what they got going on. Because, there's some shit going on in the works. You know what I'm just saying? But yeah, that's really all that is kind of going on this month. I've got a slow month. I got some weddings. Oh yeah. September 21st, I'm going to be at Good Luck Comedy in Cambridge. So come through, just Utah and Massachusetts shows. I'm just kind of keeping it simple this month. Last month in August was very, stressful for the body, and I took this time to just relax this weekend. I mean, actually, I kind of turned up this weekend, which leads me right into gratitude. I have to give gratitude just for like, hey man, it was my birthday over Labor Day weekend, and your boy had a damn good time. Woke up feeling good, feeling confident, feeling strong. I do this thing now where I go to the gym the day of my birthday and I max out. You know, it's usually not a super long workout. I just warm up my body and I do like the big three: squats, deadlifts, and bench press. And I'll tell you right now, I've never been good at bench press. I've never been good. People ask me how much you bench, and I'm like, I don't have a lot. But today, or excuse me, on my birthday this year, I finally got over 300. Well, excuse me, not over 300. I finally got 300. I was pretty damn happy about that. And the best part was the people that would spot me, they were like, dude, you can do more. Like you could easily do more. And it made me feel good because I'm like, you know, I'm not old, I'm not young, but I'm definitely seasoned. I'm definitely a seasoned veteran. And it's still to be able to pick some shit up and lift it. You know, I was able to do a decent amount on squat. I was pretty happy with that. I probably could have did more, but I didn't have a spotter. Deadlift, I don't know what happened with me, but I was not in the zone that day. My deadlift was poor. I not happy about that, so I don't even want to talk about it. But it was just cool to just get out there and just see what I could do on my birthday. But the biggest thing, even though I wasn't happy with my deadlift, I did improve all my stats from last year. And that made me very happy. I'm down at least 12 pounds from last year. My clothes fit better. Like I've just been taking care of myself probably in these last 3-4 months, really. You know, and I credit that to just kind of getting ready because I knew I was going to tape for the special and I wanted to, look nice and wanted to, not look zesty, but look sexy. You know what I mean? Just to let them know, like, yeah, I can still throw these things. I also want to just credit my wife just for, she gets up at around 4:45 in the morning, and that's a pain in the butt. And we'll roll over and just roll out of bed, go to the gym in the morning. But lately, I haven't been doing the morning workouts. I kind of go at in the evening. But I just felt really grateful on my birthday. I really I ain't even gonna hold you. Like I felt really grateful. We went to, because I didn't, my wife was trying to plan a great party for me. The venue that we had was already booked, and which was all good. And I appreciate the people. Some of these people that are listening to this podcast right now, I know my wife hit you up and was like, yo, come to his party. And it didn't work out, but all I wanted to do was just kick back and really get some quality time with her, which made me feel really nice. And we had a chance to just kind of kick back and just catch up on our shows. Damn, we're watching Game of Thrones, and they got that this most recent episode of Game of Thrones. I'm sorry, it's too damn good. They know what they're doing now. Like we're back in it, guys. Like we're back in it. It feels really cool. We hung out. We just did stuff together. We went to this really nice restaurant in our area that I've been wanting to try. They had some Baja cuisine, and it was just nice to have some West Coast flavor, like done right, some Mexican food done right. I had this, it was just so, I had a really good birthday that was filled with love and quality time, which the older I get, that's all I really want, bro. Like I'm grateful for that. So I'm grateful for strength. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for a lot of things. So it was a good birthday. I took a nice walk with my dog. My nieces and my mother-in-law made me cheesecake. My niece made me some jam to go on the cheesecake. And I'm just proud of them. My son, he's just working hard on school. I'm really proud of him. And so it's like I don't have much to complain about. It's another year around the sun, and I like having my birthday in September because it's kind of like the last quarter of the year. And so it's like a nice little checkup before you hit the holiday season. So I was able to, I'm actually really proud of myself this is that part where I'm gonna thump my chest, y'all. Cause I've attained my goals for this year. There were some things, there's like one more thing that I wanted to complete, and it's in process. And so I won't start waving the checker flag yet. But I will say, like, I've just really stepped up to where I want to be. Filming a special was very important for me this year, and I was able to do that. So I'm excited for the next project that I got in the works. And I won't, I've said it privately to my wife, but I won't say what it is to y'all until it's ready to go. But it feels good to just check in and keep producing. So we got a great show for y'all. Y'all gonna love it. But that's really my gratitude, and my gratitude, and everything I'm grateful for is just another year of health, and just really working on myself. And I'm really grateful for my friends, my family, fans of the podcast, fans of my comedy, just the opportunity to create and keep improving and bettering myself. I just want to say thank you to anybody. If you're listening right now, if you're thinking about working on a passion project, just do it. I'm telling you, just do it. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. I don't have all the answers, but if you need that pep talk, holler at me. I will talk to you. Because I've been there. I know what it's like to just bet on yourself. But I promise you, if you bet on yourself, you will have so much fun. You'll have so much fun. You may lose, you may stumble, you may fall, you may succeed, but I promise you, you will have fun, and you will feel so much better about the output that you create. Only if you know what I'm talking about, please let me know. I would love to hear your story. So, again, as always, please subscribe to the podcast, rate it. We got a great show for you today. We got a great guest that I'm excited to talk to y'all about. Stick around. We got Barbara Gray coming to the episode. It's going to be a good time. I haven't seen her in a few. Last time we saw each other was during the pandy on Zoom, and I'm excited to see her and talk to her. She's got a great new podcast where Babstinence, we'll be talking about that. And so we'll be right back. Hey, what's going on, Glad Gang? In studio, I have old friend I haven't seen in a minute. I haven't seen her since the pandy. Like, digitally, we saw each other during the pandy. You may have seen her on HBO Max, Comedy Central, Hulu, MTV, and VH1. You may know her from The Toxic, the podcast, Lady to Lady, and her brand new podcast, Babstinence. We have in studio Babs Gray.
Yeah,
what's going
thank you. Great intro.
What's going on? Thank you very much.
I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm excited to come on. You were like, you literally just messaged me like half an hour ago. You were like, you're probably too busy. And I was like, I'm doing nothing. I was bedazzling. I was bedazzling something. And I was like, this is great. Yes, please.
Shout out to just doing nothing. Like, thanks for hanging out with me on your Labor Day weekend. I know you're in Cali. How's the weather?
I mean, it's melting. It's hot as fuck. It's awful. Yeah. How is it over there? Is it the same?
It's sweaty, but we got a little rainy day. But we get that in Massachusetts. We get that nice little humid rain.
Oh yeah, that's some hot rain.
Yeah, it's hot rain, but we're feeling. It's good to talk to you. So for backstory, for those that are listening, I met you almost 10 years ago, maybe, probably 8, maybe.
I think at least 10.
Yeah, but you had moved out, I started comedy in Salt Lake. You were originally from Utah, and then you went to LA, and then you came back for a bad bar show that was like we could just.
That sounds like me. That sounds like something I would do. Yeah.
No, hey, this is what let's say what it was. We came back. I think it was at Club Vegas. I want to say.
Oh God,
which is no longer. It's something else now. But I met you. You were funny. Then I got drunk and talked about Street Fighter on stage, and so that like I always think of you in Street Fighter. Like that's your.
You should. I love Street Fighter.
Who's your favorite character?
I always use Guile. Guile's my go-to.
Yeah, I'll be honest. A lot of people I'm low-key obsessed with Guile. He's kind of why I've joined the Air Force. I don't like telling people that, but it's out there in the ether now. Like I really mean it because I saw that. I was like, wait, this guy gets to wear his hair way out of regs.
Cool ass hair. Yeah.
Yeah. Like total not a military haircut. And then just gets to fight, just random strangers by a jet on a flight line while his friends just like, yo, beat the shit out of this guy.
Yes, and his under I don't know what it was called, but his low kick, like roundhouse was my favorite.
The flash kick, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Very, very efficient move. Very slept on move.
And as a button masher, good move for me. So
fair. Well, thank you for sharing that. But I remember that night. It was just like I just remember just doing bad comedy at a bad bar and but you were a good hang and I mean let's keep it a buck. We were young in comedy. We didn't know what we were doing.
No,
back
I mean
then.
it's just funny because I've always just done bar comedy and I never got in at clubs and stuff and Salt Lake has a very good club, but yeah, I would just come back and be like, I'm just gonna do this bar that's next to the freeway. Because that sounds more up my alley. I
mean, but I love bar. Okay, so can you, for those civilians that aren't privy to the bar scene versus the club scene, could you break it down? I mean, you're in LA, so you have like a perfect example. What's it like?
Yeah, I mean, the bar is obviously it's like a big business. It's usually a chain, and so a lot of times. It's just a lot more, 2-drink minimum. You're paying the cover fee and the 2-drink minimum, and you're expected to pay a lot of money. And honestly, I think now I get it. I think then I was like, no, I'm like an alternative comedian. Fuck the man. What you shouldn't get paid to do this. And then it was such bullshit. And it was like, oh yeah, you should get fucking paid. Not that they, they paid $10 a set or something, but. And so bars are a lot more DIY. That's the kind of scene I started in was a lot of let's put up the shows ourselves. Let's find indie venues where, they want to try it out and build our own audience and stuff like that. So that's kind of, I've always had a affection for that. But I think at this point, the lines are a lot more blurred. It's not as separate at this point.
Well, and the thing is, I remember I've done Sauce twice which was at Desano. Are you still doing that?
No, Desano Pizza. Yeah, we stopped doing it a little bit before the pandemic because of construction. And then we were it was so much work. We didn't bring it back.
But I gotta say, I mean, that's not, is a bar. Would that classify as a bar show? But I will say it was a very intimate show. And I really enjoyed the space that you had and just having, it's a pain in the ass to run a show. People don't really realize you have to get emails from people. You have to send out emails. You have to check avails. You have to watch their comedy, which sometimes is not fun. And and then you just have to make a decision to put a good show together. You have to know who works well with whom and who's going to complement each other well. You want to, I can't imagine what you're always so damn busy. And, my stepmom I've told you this before, but I wanted to mention it again. There's a great picture of you at an AM PM with a smoothie or
a Slurpee.
Yeah, Slurpee. And my stepmom, God bless Rhonda, she loves that picture of you. I remember I told her, I was like, what show are you on? I'm like, I'm on this Sauce show. You should go. She's like, I'm not going to make it, but she's checked you out. And she's like, I like her. She's sassy. She knows what she wants in life. That's what direct quote.
Oh my God. I love her.
So Rhonda is a fan of Babs. Great.
Hell yeah, Rhonda. Yeah, no, Sauce was really fun. And that's what I like I like intimate comedy shows. That's my favorite thing. You know, it's like a once in a lifetime thing and we're all here together. And that's the shit that I love.
Right. No, I mean, well, and that's where you find like those little nuggets. They're like, oh, you can get experimental and try out these different things. I think I did a bit that that I kind of played around with at Sauce. So, shout out to Sauce.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was definitely that kind of place too, where you could really and I feel like it was so beneficial for me being able to do it weekly and just having that home stage where you can kind of experiment.
I think it was the day that Mike Pence was sworn in or something.
Oh my God.
That I showed, and I was watching the inauguration of that. I think that's what it was, and I was with my ex at the time, and it was, I totally remember. Yeah, that is something I did say at a Sauce show. Either way, moving on. That's for me, not you, and no one else. You were either there or you weren't. But so you've been how have you been keeping yourself busy? I mean, between Toxic, Lady to Lady, like Babstinence, take us through all the projects that we're working on and currently working on, please.
I mean, I'm always doing 10 things at once.
Yep.
So Lady to Lady is my comedy podcast, and we actually are celebrating 10 years this year. So yeah, that's I cannot believe. I'm like, how the hell did we get to 10 years? So I'm excited about that. It's a weekly show. It's me and other funny ladies, and we just kind of celebrate funny women and artists and stuff. And I'm proud of us for, sticking around this long. So that's every Wednesday, and we've been doing it forever. We do every 100 episodes we have French Stewart on, who's the character actor from Third Rock from the Sun. And he's a friend of the show. So he just did our 500th episode. He's the best. So that's my ongoing thing. And then Toxic was just a 10-part thing, but it's all about the Free Britney movement, because I had another podcast that helped start the Free Britney movement, which is its own story. And that took over my life for 3 years.
I still think about that whole thing, and I'm like, now granted, I'll be frank, and that was just when I saw that, you was doing that, I was like, damn, that's very niche, but also super global, but niche, but right. I was like, I respect the journey. Not sure exactly what this will be.
That's what the goal was super niche. Cause I was like, let's just talk about our Instagram. This is such a stupid idea,
But I think that's what made it so great is just the fact that you can just bet on yourself into creating something like that. So to any listener, if you want to make, if you want to break down every single French Stewart appearance, then do it.
Call me, because I will do that podcast with you. I know way too much about that person. I know. No, but I think it is, especially, it's fun to pick a specific, super specific road and go down it. Cause I think that helps you stand apart too.
Yeah. And then just watching Britney become free.
I know.
Cause I'll be honest with you, when I was like, because I was just like, why the fuck should I care?
Yeah.
Sorry, but I was just there's civil unrest. There's people of color dying in the streets. And then I got to read about Britney Amistad, give us free. I'm just I'm just why? But then when it happened, you were the first person I thought of. I was like, yo, she did it. In my mind, I was like, yo, you did it.
I mean, I was there. I was definitely part of it. It's interesting because I always think about the very first like Free Britney rally that ever happened, I like went to a FedEx at like 3 a.m. to get a poster made or something. And yeah, and the guy working was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Oh, well, Britney Spears is in this conservatorship." And he was like, "Well, who gives a shit? She's rich." And I was like, "Well, actually, she doesn't have access to literally any of that money."
Right.
And he was like, "What?" And it was just kind of like one of those moments where I was like, "Oh, okay, there's like something else going on there." But yeah, I don't expect, it was a lot, like, and it's a very complicated like legal system that she's involved in. So it was really intense and like a lot. And I get it why people on the outside were like, yeah, who gives a shit? Like there's so much going on in the world, but there's a lot of people who are affected by it who aren't Britney, who are a lot, don't have her resources. So I think we were able to like shed some light on that, which was also good. But yeah, I don't know how the hell I still don't understand how that was a part of my life, and it blows my mind.
And then you ended up in the documentary.
Yeah.
Like, can you talk about that? Like, what was that even like? Did they? Yeah,
they, because my podcast, Britney's Gram, had was like a big catalyst for it. And yeah, the New York Times was making this Hulu documentary, and they hit us up, and we were like, yeah, of course, let's do it. That's so cool. And we knew that like it needed to get mainstream, so it needed something like that for people like get it, because it was so confusing. And so we were really happy that like people got on board, after that.
Well, I'm like real shit on I'm just happy for you, and I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's just like it was such a different lane to take, and then just took it and kind of ran with it and made it become its own. And so I think that I'm gonna give you your flowers and say like you're a living testament to saying like, yo, if you were really passionate about this, just put it out there and people will find it.
Yeah.
People will find it. I mean,
I remember being in therapy once talking to her about like what was going on. And she was like, okay. She was like, you realize like what a big deal that is. Like how powerful you made a choice to make something, and like, do you see what happened? And I was like, yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I might do Guile through the years, through the Street Fighters.
Yes. I think it's just like, yeah. I think it's just, you never know what, especially in entertainment, like in your life, you just never know what's going to become a thing. And so it's just got to like throw yourself all in sometimes.
I still think about like, you go on TikTok, especially in the age that we live in now as performers, we're like, okay, you just never know who's going to hit. And I'm sure you're in LA. And so, like it could be anybody's night. And then the next thing you know, it's like that person is just global all of a sudden.
Totally.
And it's just like, all right, am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? What am I doing?
It's so
How do you manage
easy.
that?
I mean, I was just talking about this today on my newest podcast is called Babstinence, and I'm taking a year off of drinking. I'm experimenting taking a year off of drinking. And like, it's tough. I mean, it's really tough. You have to be really careful to not like be bitter, because, you dedicate your life to something, and if it doesn't turn out the way you exactly want it, it's a little bit hard to like wrap your head around that. And so I'm trying to, I think it does come down to gratefulness. I think it comes down to trying to be present and appreciate what you have done and what you have, and like know that what you do is worthwhile, even though it might not necessarily be like the exact thing that you put on your fucking, your, what do they call it? Dream board, whatever those magazine
vision board. You gotta do a you better not be disrespecting the damn vision board. I do them shits.
I like them, but I'm just saying if they don't if something on there doesn't turn out, you can't like be like, fuck everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fair. Okay, fair. No, like what I wanted to say was just first of all, put some respect on vision boards. Like if you're not doing a vision board, do one. If you're listening,
they're fun.
Do one. They're fun. You get some arts and crafts. You get to go to Michael's, Hobby Lobby, whichever way you lean politically, doesn't matter. Like it just that's a fun Google search.
Though, we'll say
yes, you are.
Go to Hobby Lobby, okay?
Yeah, that is a fun Google search if you want to go down that road. But like I do believe in the power of like manifestation and shit. Sidebar, also, definitely check out Babstinence. I understand you're looking for some music, some intro music. Holla at your boy. I'll send you some demos. I'll just say that.
That's a good idea. Thank you.
I did my intro music for my own show. That's right. If you listen to Glad You Made It podcast, guess who did the beats, motherfucker? It was me the whole damn time.
The beats are coming from inside the house.
Yeah. You did a pandemic show as well.
Yeah. Oh my God. I did.
You keep fucking busy, man.
I do. I think it's like, it's an ADHD. Like I just have to, literally, like I said, I was bedazzling. So we have our big 10-year anniversary party coming up this weekend, and I've just been like obsessively doing different crafts and shit. And
sounds like good problems to me.
It is, but I always have to be doing it. It's if I slow down, I'm not good at that, you know. But yeah, I did. Yeah. I had a Zoom I had an Instagram live show called Comedy Quarantine.
Yes, that's what. Okay, yeah. I was just like, because I remember I did it, and I actually debuted one of my songs on there.
Oh yeah, you did. That was fun.
I rapped my little ass off, and I'll be honest with you. I ended up. I recorded that song many years ago, but I ended up turning it into a bit. And so, like, I have to give you, just thank you for giving me that platform to kind of experiment with doing that song on your show. Like, cause I just recorded the special that I'm putting out independently, and I was able to do that bit, and it became one of my favorite bits to do. So thank you for giving me that.
I love that. That's what I mean is like, you just never, it's so funny, like ideas I had, a decade ago, like become something, you know what I mean? Just these like nuggets that you make can like really turn into something else later on, which I do love that about being a creative person. It's like really fun to see ideas like grow later on.
So with Babstinence, like that is something that you decided to do, like you said, for a year, and it's been difficult. You're on day like 40-ish, right?
I'm on day 44 now. Yeah.
Okay. And so, do you think we're gonna still keep doing this, or like as far as like 2 years? Is the goal? Is this just like kind of a 1 year and we're done, or we'll just wait and see?
I think I'm gonna wait and see. You know, I think it's like I've learned that putting too much pressure is like never helpful. A year's enough, you know. So I'm just trying to hit a year, and it has been tough. I will say the last week has been the best week so far. So I feel like I really got over the hump of like the first 5 weeks, and now I'm like actually feeling the benefits, I think, of alcohol like being totally out of my system. So I don't know. I'm feeling good, and I have no idea what the future holds. If I think I'll go the whole year. I don't know. You know, something could happen. I could get off of it. Who knows?
What would you say are the like 3 immediate benefits that you've seen in over the last 40 days?
I think the biggest one is I've always had this thing where I'm really obsessed with like time, and if I don't like if I don't do a schedule the exact way that I set out, I think that's all ruined and I won't do it. You know, do you recognize that? I think a lot of people.
No, I felt that. I felt that. I was like, oh, good fuck.
Yeah, I think it's super common. And I found that like even though I woke up later than I meant to, or I still did things and was productive. I didn't let it like fuck myself over. So for me, that's huge because I've always struggled with like just kind of, I don't know, working towards this kind of schedule that I want. So I think, and I've just been like taking long walks in the morning, and listening to books. And that's like, honestly, taking a long walk, I think will like do a lot for you. So
we out here listening to books. Okay. I see what your little Audible account flexing. I mean, that is a low key flex.
I mean, Libby, it's the library one, but you know.
Okay. Hey, you do you, queen. You do you. Okay. The point is, you out here. Okay.
Yeah.
Out here on like going on walks in LA, listening to your audiobook. That's a mild flex. Mild flex.
How is that a flex?
It's not a. It just is. Okay. I can't do that shit here.
I'll take it.
Yeah, just take it. Just take the roses and smell them.
It's nice, and you know, so that's been a good thing. So I guess those 2 things, and then just like just feeling pretty good in general. I'm feeling like happy and grateful. So
yeah. What's comedy like for you right now? Just as far as the state of your material, or like what are you working on, or?
It's tough because like before the pandemic, I was getting booked a lot more. I definitely I'm not doing as many shows now. So it's like really hard to develop material and I feel really rusty on stage. So I'm trying to record a special like in the spring. So I'm trying to like start getting in that mode of like, all right, what the hell's going to be on that? And I'm going on the road soon to like, that'll be a lot better because LA stage time lately just, it sucks.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard. I'm just saying, we got a guest room. Come to Boston area. We got you.
I would love to. I've actually never been to Boston. My grandfather lived there.
Oh my God.
Come check it out. Yeah.
No, you would. I think you would love it. One, it's a fun comedy town because you have the highly educated, students here. You have the blue collar vibe here, and then you just got a lot of tourism that just naturally comes through here. So it's just like you get these audiences that are just, they are genuinely there to have a good time because the educated ones want to just they want to hear how people think. They appreciate people's thought process. The blue collar average Joe guys and just people in general just they work hard, so they want to relax and have a good damn time. So they're genuinely excited. It's really weird. They'll just come in and be like, I never heard of you, but I want to see you. Man,
that's
I paid $60 for parking.
Those are great comedy towns. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then you just got the tourists that I've never been to the United States, and I wanted to see where the Boston Tea Party started, and here's this free bar show, and it's great. You know what I mean?
Cool.
It's kind of I'm grateful to be a part of the scene here. So like I said, we have a guest room. I'm currently in it. So
hell yeah, like I'm gonna commandeer.
Hope you like Purple and Wu-Tang, but you can come hang out with my wife and my dog and just chill.
Hell yes.
That's an open invite. That's my word.
To anyone listening, or just me?
There's a couple. To you, there's a couple people that are listening that opens that up too. But but for you,
no, thank you. That would be great. Yeah, I am trying to. I'm like I said, you can't work out anything in LA right now, so I'm just doing I'm doing some shows in Portland and New York soon, and
Portland.
Trying to develop shit. Portland's a great comedy town too.
Portland, Oregon, but also don't sleep on Portland, Maine.
Ooh, I'd love to go to Maine. I've never been there. I was just thinking about it.
It's mad beautiful.
It's mad. I bet. Yeah.
It's like Winterfell, but peaceful.
That's what I want to put more. I want more of that in my life too. Cause I miss, I think the outdoors is obviously nature's so healing, blah, blah, blah. But in LA it can be, there's a lot of beautiful places in LA, but it's such a pain in the ass to get to anything. There's too many fucking people.
Yeah.
So it makes everything kind of difficult to do,
How do you, outdoorsy. When you are outdoorsy, how are you taking care of yourself?
I'm not really that. I just I did stand-up paddleboarding the other day for the first time. That was fun.
What the excuse me?
It's really easy, honestly. It was way easier than I thought it would be.
Stand-up, is that the bike one?
It's you're just standing. It's like a big surfboard you're standing on basically, and you just use a paddle. It's like kayaking, but standing up, sort of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen.
You've seen it. You've seen it.
Okay. So, I've seen that. Isn't that pontooning?
No, I think that's a boat,
I don't know.
Isn't it?
I don't know. What activity is that? I don't I'm not familiar with that one.
Some water shit. But I try I really like any body of water. I want to be in it, be around it, be doing something in it. So I'm trying to get more of that in my life too.
Well, then get some, damn it. Well, I'm just saying, just listen. Like I said, invite. So what is I do kind of want to we can get real for a minute, but how did we arrive at Babstinence? Was there just a decision where you woke up one morning and you're like, yo, this shit needs to stop?
Yeah, basically. It was it was my birthday. I had a birthday party. It was my 39th birthday, so I'm turning 40 next year, and that feels like a big one. And so
I just turned.
Yeah, it's happy birthday, but it's a big one.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And I had a birthday party woke up like, very bad hangover. And I had thought about doing it for a long time. Like I had ideas of doing it, and it just felt like it was time. I was like, this is like, like you're turning 40 next year. Like it's time to start treating your body better. You've been thinking about this forever. You feel like fucking shit. There's some things I did that I wasn't like proud of also that made the decision that I'm not going to get too into, but I just was like, all right, like this is it's not serving me. I just knew that alcohol was not serving me anymore at that moment. And it was just like, I've been thinking about it for so long. All the friends I have who are sober, who've talked about it, I always like really connected with their posts and thought like, maybe this is for me. And it just felt like, I think if I do a podcast, I'll have to hold myself accountable and it'll be a place for me to put my thoughts. And I just did it. Yeah.
Well, I think, and especially as comics, like, they give us a drink tab or whatever, it's just, and then what people don't know sometimes is just like, it's not just about being funny and networking, but it's about the hang. It's the hang after the show. Mm-hmm. And the hang after the show is where all the drinks are pouring up. And sometimes you just got to know when to go home, Totally. And and so it's like, I'll be honest with you, like you and I are kind of in the same boat. I just haven't taken that step yet. And I'm a little bit low key, like terrified of what that would be like for me, because there's no other way to manage my shit. Cause I have a hard time trusting doctors. That's just me.
What do you mean though? There's no other way to manage your shit.
I guess like I'm terrified of antidepressants.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. And that, like, this is no slander or disrespect towards anyone on antidepressants. I think they're great. I just have a hard time with doctors. Yeah. And just because there are great doctors that do their job and care about their patients. And then there are the ones that use people like science projects. Yeah. And I get a little bit touchy on that. And I know there are some people cope and deal with meditation, use of cannabis and other experimentation. I can't do that because of my service commitment. And so, but like, I think it's important that people like find whatever works for them to balance them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I like, to me, that's a bold thing to do. I mean, like, it's one thing to just say, yeah, I'm going to quit alcohol, but then I'm going to make it very public and open. That, to me, that's,
yeah, it's scary.
I remember like, and that's the thing is I listened to it when I was traveling on the road, because it's like the road is where that's where that where you want to just kind of be in a bar and you want to drink.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's so hard to like travel and not do it.
Yeah. And so like, that's when I DM'd you and I was like, thank you for, putting the podcast together. Cause it kind of put some things in perspective. I will be honest. I had a drink before you came on, but I mean, it's just like, I am more mindful of, just what I'm trying to do. Cause I'm trying to be healthy in this body. I want to live around. I'm a big geek. The more Marvel releases content, the more I'm trying to take care of this body.
You need to drink?
No, I'm drinking more water. I'm trying to live long so I can see Thanos come back from the dead or whatever. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I totally get it. Yeah. We all, we all like use whatever to help us cope because life's ridiculous. But I will say alcohol is a depressant. So
absolutely.
It does we all use it for that, but it's like a short term thing.
Oh, absolutely. It is one, and it's and especially during the pandy, like when, oh my God. I'll be honest. I was throwing them back. Yeah. I was throwing them back. And then, there was the weight gain and I was just like, ugh, and I wasn't feeling good about myself and feeling good about my body. And I just, like you said, we get older and you're tired of waking up and you're like, oh my God, you don't recover like you used to.
Oh yeah, that's the thing is it's just like hangovers last so long, you just feel like shit. It's just everything's harder. And it's like I'm trying to prepare myself for getting older and like not being like 55 and being like, oh, you really fucked this up.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm trying to get old. I can't wait to age gracefully. Like you and I will age gracefully because redheads and black folks, we always age. We age gracefully. We're gonna look great. We're gonna be on Inside the Actor Studio talking about some project that we did. James, shout out to James Litton. He passed, R.I.P. But like, they're gonna bring it back just for us. Right. We're gonna do some weird project with Kevin Hart. I'm gonna play like his black best friend, which he's black, so I should be his best. Whatever, but. And whatever, we'll do some project. I think we end up on some Christmas movie.
Guile the movie, but we cast you, and then the whole uproar. We get all that press from people being pissed that they cast you as Guile, and then we just ride that wave.
Yeah. What? Lieutenant Colonel Guile is now black? Thanks for changing everything.
Thanks for ruining my childhood.
You be Cammy. Remember Cammy?
Wait, which one's Cammy?
From Street Fighter. She was basically the British fighter. She was
okay.
Basically British Guile. That's all it was.
Hell yeah.
Are you Googling her?
Yeah, I am. I don't remember her. She was later on. Right. You're right. Okay, yeah. I recognize her. She's got the beret.
Yeah, she's got the beret. We'll just go around and you'll just take So no, I want to do more projects. I want to do more. I do want to do more things. I don't know.
Well, how are you? You seem like you're doing great. I mean, you're doing this. You're doing comedy in Boston. Like, how are you feeling?
Shit, this is a podcast about you, not me. Damn it!
I'm turning it around.
It's called "Glad You Made It," not "Glad I'm Here," motherfucker. No, I'm doing okay. Like I will say, like I think this is my third time around with the podcast, and I was doing 2 other podcasts solo, and it just wasn't working out for me. But I had to go on my own healing journey, and this is why, like, I found out that I really, really like stories of redemption, people that are really going through real shit, and then are just like, that are open and unafraid and unabashed to talk about it. And so that shit keeps me going. Mm-hmm. And like, not to redirect back to you, but like I said, just hearing people go through real shit and being unafraid to talk about it really helps me. So, I stay strong when I hear other people staying strong. That sounds, that's daytime television answer. That's what, I'm media trained.
Some Dr. Phil shit. No, that's great. I mean, I totally agree, though. It's the same thing with anything I like. Like, I love to watch comedy because it inspires me. So, of course, I want to see people, like, overcome things that, mean something to me, of course.
Who were your inspirations growing up as far as comedy?
I honestly, got really into British comedy. So I was into, weird shows like Garth Marenghi's Dark Place and stuff like that. Have you ever seen that? That was the kind of shit I was into. Okay.
I've seen A Fish Called Wanda way too many times though with John Cleese.
Yes, and, that's a classic. I was into the stuff I was into the generation that was a little bit younger. So it was guys who were making stuff early 2000s or whatever.
Okay. I thought you meant old school British comedy.
I mean, I do like that, but I didn't get obsessed with it.
White asses?
Yeah,
white men's asses. That's all it. That's when I think of British comedy from we're the same age. So it's when I think of British comedy, I always think of the comedy that I saw as a kid. It was just always white men's asses. I've seen John Cleese's ass way too many times. Respectfully. Excuse me, Sir John Cleese. Thank you.
Sir John Cleese's white cheeks. No, I mean, I like all that stuff, but I never got super into it. But yeah, there was just this show. So, Matt Berry from What We Do in the Shadows. Yes. Yeah. So this was his class of comics. He started out with these guys making these shows, and I just fell in love with it. And that's the kind of stuff I always wanted to make, kind of just weird I don't know, out there shit. So yeah, I didn't like listen to a little bit of stand up. Like I listened to like Patton Oswalt and stuff like that, but I didn't get like super into, I mean, I guess Mitch Hedberg was always a classic.
Mitch Hedberg. Yeah. Were you always the class clown, or did you just kind of fall into it?
Oh, I was always a performer for sure. I was always like doing something. And I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily do it like in class, but I was definitely like a theater kid, so.
I knew it. I knew you had.
Of course.
I'm theater kid too. So, I mean, like, I get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was like.
No, we know. This is why we get along. You can't stop.
I was like, don't ask if she's a theater kid. But, all right. So I got to ask,
So wait, where did you go to? You went to high school in? No, you went to high school in
Orange
Salt
County.
Lake. Okay, in Orange County. All right.
I went to Orange County. I went to Mission Viejo High School.
Because I was just
Mark Sanchez's butt fumble and CNN's Breonna Keeler. Yes, there we go.
Well, I was going to ask you. So you didn't have the same experience then, but in my high school, because I went to high school in Salt Lake, like all the theater kids, we were there doing it all the time. That was our whole life. But then when it came around to the musical, all the fucking Mormon kids would get the big parts because they, sang like angels or whatever. And so they would come in and swoop in and take the big roles. And obviously I'm still bitter.
Well, what plays were like?
Oh, they were so bad. They were so bad. They did like
y'all doing Godspell or some shit.
Oh, no, they did. Oh my God, what is it called? Jesus Christ.
No disrespect to Godspell.
They just did.
Was it Jesus Christ Superstar?
No, you think they would ever do that in Salt Lake City? Fuck no.
I don't know. You never know.
Brigadoon, so bad. Like
I don't even know what.
I know
Brigadoon
no one
is.
knows who it is. Brigadoon, the Servant of Two Masters. It's just like really bad shows. No one wants to.
Hard
see.
pass.
Yeah,
I did West Side Story, Sweet Charity.
God damn it! You had good ones.
We did Little Shop of Horrors. I was the plant.
I
was Audrey too.
Oh, that's a great role.
I passed out in the plant. I was the puppeteer for Audrey too, and I passed out. They had to call the paramedics. This is a real ass story. That's a real ass story.
That's a big job. That's a big job doing that plant.
Yeah,
so did you do the voice too, or you just did the?
No, I didn't do the voice
Okay.
but they had a white man do the voice of Audrey too, which now. Yeah, now going back, I was like, oof, I should have did the voice.
Yeah, you should have done the voice. That's one of my favorites of all time. That's such a good show. Yeah, we didn't do anything good. Like, I begged him to do Damn Yankees, and he did it like the year
Damn Yankees is great.
That's a great show, but he wouldn't do it. It was just like we had a shitty teacher. Anyway, so I didn't really ever get to be in like a fun musical, which I still like want to be because I see them all the time, and I'm always like, damn, this would be so fun.
Right. Here we go.
What are we?
Are we writing Guile the musical?
Yeah. Oh my God. Please.
Sonic Boom, like Sonic Boom the musical, like it's.
That's it. You just wrote it. Yep. Sonic Boom.
And flash kicks for everybody. Like it's just. It's a love story about Guile wanting to join the Air Force.
Yes.
Or maybe he's trying to get out so he could live a normal life, and go home and be a family man, which was the best advice that you can get in Street Fighter. After Guile whoops your ass, he says, go home and be a family man.
Oh, right. Oh, my God.
Remember that?
Yeah, that was
remember that shit? And so, that's go home and be a family man. So maybe this is his journey to go home and be a family man. And, guest starring Colin Farrell as Ken Masters. And, I
would think maybe Owen and Luke Wilson as Ryu and Ken.
Oh my God. Scarlett Johansson is Chun-Li because why not? Because why not?
Obviously.
Yeah, that's the way you do it. All right.
And they can do, Brendan Fraser in the fat suit as Blanca or whatever.
I heard that his new movie just got a 6-minute standing ovation.
Yeah,
or something.
I heard about that. I guess he plays like a 600-pound guy. It sounds interesting.
Yeah, The Whale, I guess. Mm-hmm. So check that out. I don't know if that was a weird segue, but
I just was a thing I was reading today. I was thinking about the most inappropriate casting possible.
which would be
I guess Blanca's
Scarlett
just
Johansson as Chun-Li.
Green guy, so
his name is Carlos Blanca. Is formerly known as Charlie. Why the fuck do I know
Wait,
this?
it is Carlos Blanca? Isn't he like
Carlos Blanca?
Isn't he like Brazilian?
Yeah, but he was like he got transformed into a like. There's two like different stories, I believe, that he got like he was raised by wolves or some shit, or went through M. Bison's experiments. There's two different stories. Why the fuck do I know this? And
him and Guile are friends, so Blanca has to be a big.
I hate this. I hate that I know this type of information and still have trouble filling out a W-2.
It's like, okay. I know like every Beastie Boys lyric, and I can't remember like a single fact of history, so it's fine.
Well, good. All right, you're a true ally, right there, right there. Please. No, but all right, we got to wrap this up. But I did want. How can people find you?
They can't.
Anything you want to plug? I mean, obviously, we plug the podcast. Yeah,
whatever. Just I'm at Babs Gray on Twitter and Instagram. You can see all my stuff there. But yeah, listen to Babstinence. That comes out every Monday, and Lady to Ladies every Wednesday. And I'll have a new like kind of investigative pop culture one coming out, but it's not going to be for a minute. So
okay,
yeah, that's
investigative pop culture.
We're kind of taking taking what I learned with the Britney stuff and putting it somewhere else, basically.
All right, so you're going to find out who killed Tupac. Great.
Yeah. I mean, if we can, we will.
Yeah, just doing the Lord's work out there. But
I'm going to ask the hologram what it knows.
Oh my God! Go back to 2012 Coachella and ask it. No, in all seriousness, though, I do appreciate you just stopping by, and I always like to leave on a positive note. Like, so I got to ask, what are you grateful for right now? What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for the little family I've made here, my boyfriend, and our two cats. I'm just, grateful to like be in a relationship with someone I love and to be comfortable in the place that I live.
Isn't that fun?
It's great.
Isn't that fun?
It's the best.
Oh my God! Do y'all just talk shit with each other?
Oh yeah, all we do is just watch TV and talk shit and like talk about our cats. It's great.
Sometimes, like, you get into little tiffs or little spats, little arguments, and then you just say, I like to do this thing where me and my wife will kind of get into it on some shit, and I'll be like, Alexa, play like something, you know what I mean? Like, just play, and we just kind of dance and vibe, and sometimes that just resets the room for a minute.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
It's because it's like, but. So shout out Alexa. That bitch is like changing lives out here.
I don't do that. Sometimes I'll try to play that Gloria Estefan song Conga. The beginning of that song's really loud, so it's like bam, bam, and so sometimes I'll try to hook into his Bluetooth and play it as loud as I can, and he hates it. So that's not what you're suggesting, but
no, I'm gonna do it. All right, next argument I get in, Alexa, cue it up.
It's really like assaults the ears. But I'm
really
I'm grateful for that, and just
shit. Well,
doing shit. Grateful to do shit.
I appreciate you just stopping by and just sharing with us, and and good luck on your journey. I'll be honest, I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
I'm rooting for you. I am rooting for you. Thank you, and like I hope I see you again. I know it has been like at least shit.
It's been
since Mike Pence.
Yeah. We've gone through a whole, presidency. Damn. It's been a while.
I haven't seen you since Mike Pence, which is a weird sentence. But
we know what that means. Such a
weird sentence. Yeah, we know what that means. Anyways, but just thank you just for stopping by and taking time out of your day. And it means a lot to me. And so I hope to see you soon. And whenever that if you ever decide to come to Boston, just let me know.
Oh yeah, I'm taking you up on it. So
yeah. All right. Well then, you take care. Peace, love,
Thanks,
and
dude.
gratitude.